believe it's live now. We should be seeing the audio come through. Recording is on, streaming is on. Alright, there we go. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another knockout game of the Super Cup Legendary Tier Tournament here on World of Warships Legends. I am your one commentator, your primary host, Kaiser Zan, and I'm joined today by a very special co-commentator. I have Syke joining me on the panel today. Welcome.
Hello. I'm psyched. This is my first time doing something like this, but let's make it a memorable one.
Memorable indeed, yeah. Alright, ladies and gents, same as yesterday's knockout game. We are still waiting for the teams to get everything ready. We will just be chilling here talking about some of the maps and some of the results we've seen so far from the tournament while we wait for the teams to get into the training room, sort out all their ships, and then we will switch over as soon as we have all the right signals for the go-ahead to start with our first game. Alright, Syke, will you please walk us through the first few maps we will face today?
So first we have the Shatter. I'm not sure if Jokernaut is Team 1 or Team 2. You know which team they are, or which team is Team 1?
I believe Team 1 will be Jokernaut, according to the match booking on the Discord server. It will be Jokernaut as Team 1, I believe.
So we'll be seeing then if we have Shatter, so Team 1 Jokernaut, and then switches around. After we will have Sea of Fortune, and then if we do get to a game 5, it'll be Riposte. And then it'll be Jokernaut as Team 1 if they're Team 1 in Shatter map first game.
Okay, so Repost is the final tiebreaker map. How do you feel about the ship selection, or the map selections that we have for this tournament?
I like those maps, definitely. The maps we have selected, but it's a lot of they get repeated a lot because everyone plays on them. So you're gonna see a lot of honed strategies, I think. So it's gonna be very interesting matches today.
Have you seen the previous games from Jokernaut and the Wolfpack from the previous Ocean Cup tournament?
Not really. I have seen the one match from the Wolfpack for third place, I think it was, that they played for. But I have not seen any matches from Jokernaut, sadly, so I'm gonna be going into this blind.
Okay.
But
I did see that semi-final game from the Wolfpack where I believe they were playing Crimson Dragons, if I'm not mistaken. It was a pretty hard fought battle between Crimson Dragons and the Wolfpack there. But yeah, Crimson Dragons managed to emerge victorious in that one, and they then went through to the final where they fought against Warsaw in the Ocean Cup 3 final. Unfortunately, well, can't say unfortunately, very well played to Crimson Dragons and Warfare at Sea Atlantic, and Warfare at Sea Atlantic eventually emerging victorious in that final, securing Warfare at Sea Atlantic's, I believe, second or third Ocean Cup title. These guys are serious about winning.
yeah, I may not be correct, but I'm pretty sure they didn't participate in the first Ocean Cup. I'm pretty sure they only came in the second one and the third one. So they won both of those. So they're but I'm hoping to see some intense matches like the Crimson Dragons versus Warfare at Sea Atlantic from Ocean Cup here today.
Let me just quickly double check that I have the correct audio levels in the stream. There we go. Okay, that should be it. Right, I believe the teams are in the training room now. They are assigning the players into Team 1 and Team 2. We currently do not have the link for the Joker node perspective. We will be hopefully getting that soon, and then we can show that to you, ladies and gents, for the stream today. At the moment, we only have the Wolfpack's point of view. Okay, so currently we have the teams in the training room.
It looks like the teams are now full, so everyone's there, but now we're just waiting on, I'm pretty sure, Joker or stream, and then we will be off.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, let me quickly switch over to the Wolfpack's point of view. Okay, the first ship selections are taking place. We shall be transitioning now. There we go.
Some interesting ship choices. Some also ships that we have not seen often in the Super Cup yet. This will be interesting, I think.
There we go. Okay.
What do you think?
Let me just make sure that we have the right one here. Full screen. There we go. Apologies, ladies and gents. I just received the link for the point of view from Joker Nord. Let me just quickly send it here to my co-host so we can get everyone ready and going for this first game that we are going to be seeing taking place on the map Shatter. There we go. Okay. Okay, apologies, ladies and gents. We are having some technical issues here. Let me just quickly change this. Alright, there we go. Okay, so this is going to be there we go. Okay, we got that sorted out. Let me just make sure it's full screen for everyone before we transition over. Full screen, there we go. Okay. Okay, so the teams are in the training room. They are getting their things ready. The last few ship selections are taking place here.
Looks like the match has now started.
Match has started, yes. Alright, ladies and gents, please do keep in mind that the quality you see on today's stream is from the teams themselves. The streamers from the respective teams send their streams to us, and then we relay it through our streams to you. So what you see is what we receive, and also we have a time delay on our stream so that there's no stream sniping allegations, any of that stuff. So we have clean, fair gameplay for everyone. Alright, let me see. Okay, so I believe we have both perspectives here. We'll be starting on the Wolfpack's point of view. Let me just double check that the streams are muted. We don't want any funny audio. There we go. Okay. Alright, yeah, so we are live with the Wolfpack here in the Venezia. Alright, Psych, so talk me through what you see with the Venezia spawning here south of Charlie for the Wolfpack.
With the Venezia spawning at sea, I feel like he's gonna try and go out wide on that one island on the flank and try and get spots from the daring here on the sea cap.
We do see that the Venezia has a DD with it, but unfortunately Venezia does not have radar, so that limits the amount of intelligence gathering that the cruiser can do, but hopefully the Daring here will be able to smoke up, and the Venezia will be able to give close range support with that very delicious semi-armor piercing sap shells that the Venezia is known for doing significant damage to destroyers. So we'll see what this DD and cruiser support fight looks like here as we see the Venezia dropping its smoke screen. What do you think about Joker Nord contesting B or trying to take Bravo cap so early?
It's one strategy. Um, they could cap it or they could leave it for some time and focus on the other flanks. Um, I'm pretty sure it's the Alaska in B, if I'm not mistaken, capping or
It's very
contesting for
interesting putting a
Wolfpack.
cruiser into Bravo that early, or this early into the match, as we see the Venezia starting to unleash that sap into the Louisiana.
Yeah. Um, it looks like that the Venezia has a rudder build, if I'm not mistaken. His concealment's quite high and his rudder is pretty quick.
So they're most likely running a Francesco Mambelli build on the Venezia with the increased speed
Yeah.
and the reduced rudder shift time, making the ship very agile to dodge incoming salvos. Which is a very a strong choice facing the
Yeah.
Louisiana with the very high accuracy from the main guns and also those torpedoes. So you want to be able to get out of the way very quickly if trouble comes your way.
We see some very nice dodging from the Joker North Louisiana. The Venezia has gotten a nice positioning on this island here, stopping any pushes, or in case his DD does get an engagement, he can always be there to support. We have the Wolfpack taking the A cap early on.
So with Wolfpack securing that A cap, like you're mentioning now, that will put them in a position where they will already start accruing points and increasing their points lead in this match. As we see that there seems to be a very heavy fight going on now for the Bravo cap as the Joker ship that had the capping points they got reset. As we see 3 Wolfpack players fighting, I believe it's 2 Joker players there in the B cap. That's going to be some spicy trades of HP and damages there.
Yeah. The Louisiana has turned in again. I think he's gonna try and get into plane range of the B cap. What happened to the DD from the Wolfpack? Did
Right
you
here
see by
on
any
the
chance?
right here on the Venezia.
Yeah.
Yes, like when we switch to the Wolfpack, can you just check for me that we are on the same latency so that we are both live and there's no delay between our feeds? I just want to make sure that we're on the right point in the match. There's about 10 minutes left in this first game.
Yep.
Okay, then we should be good. Okay, so we do see that the battleship from the Wolfpack is currently trying to capture the Charlie objective, so
Yep.
that could potentially work in the favor of Wolfpack if they can secure a second cap, as we see the planes from the Louisiana coming through. Most likely to try and do damage and reset the battleship on Charlie. We'll see if he does get reset. There he does, okay. So the Louisiana
Yep.
from Joker Nord with the planes, even though the main guns can't reach the battleship from the Wolfpack, these planes that he was able to drop got him those resets.
The planes did reset the C cap, but from the looks of it, there's nothing to stop the capping of C.
We do see the
So we
cruiser
might
though,
see.
trying to
Yeah.
shoot somewhere. Okay, a reset just happened there. But yeah, the Wolfpack is still ticking up points. They're nearly 130 points in the lead here with 9 minutes to go. So that's going to give them a little bit of a safety cushion in terms of if things get hairy and they start losing ships, they at least have a little bit of a points lead. What do you think about the Louisiana in this tournament? Like, what's your opinion? Do you think it should be allowed, or do you think it should have been banned from this tournament?
Um, it's definitely strong because of what it can do, pushing out cruisers from their islands or just resetting caps from above islands. It's definitely very strong, but I feel like the players are starting to get used to it, but that still doesn't change the fact that it can just shoot over islands pretty much if it's planes. So it's definitely a very strong pick.
Definitely a it changes like I was talking with Sensei Wally yesterday in the game we were covering. He mentioned an interesting point that it changes the fundamental mechanic of how a battleship interacts with other ships in the game. Like normal battleships can't shoot over islands or shoot through them, right? But with Louisiana, you have the option to deploy the planes, and the planes fly over the islands and then drop the torpedoes on the other side to hit the enemy ship. So that changes the fundamental mechanic of how battleships interact, and it is very strong, most definitely, as we saw yesterday and as we're also seeing here now with Jokernaut's Louisiana resetting that Wolfpack battleship that was in Charlie. Even though the main guns couldn't reach the ship, the torpedoes managed to get those resets. So it's a very, very strong choice, and we'll see with the rest of this tournament how those little micro movements of the Louisiana for teams can affect um, basically cap control and pressure points, and maybe even get rid of a few ships that are beached on islands. As you mentioned, the cruisers hugging the islands with those torpedoes from the Louisiana, they can easily do damage to those cruisers. And yeah, that'll definitely have a big impact in the later stages of this tournament as well.
We see a lot of ships from Jokenord going down here. They definitely have their work cut out for them here.
Yeah, already losing 4 ships within the first 2/3 of this game. That's going to put them in a very difficult position. As we saw the Venezia and the destroyer there working together to get rid of that DD, and now we see that the Louisiana from Jokenord went down there, and now
Yeah.
we only have the Des Moines for Jokenord left on this flank. So this Des Moines
This
is gonna have a difficult job of trying to get rid of 3 ships. Yeah.
Yeah. He also has his work cut out normally against the Venezia. The Venezia, he needs to be perfectly bow in to avoid most of the damage, since the sap has those insane pen angles.
And the Venezia also having torpedoes puts the Des Moines in a very disadvantaged position.
Yep.
As we see that the Wolfpack is closing in on the victory, and there they secure their first victory in this best of 5 game today. So yeah, the Wolfpack have secured the first victory here, and now I believe the teams will switch spawn positions, where Jokenord will be in the south and the Wolfpack will have the north spawn here. Yeah, so it was difficult for Jokenord to come back after losing those 3-4 ships right on top of
In
each
quick
other.
succession.
Yeah, the quick succession, you can't come back from that deficit really. It's very, very difficult
Yeah. They also didn't have any cap lead to or point lead to
to
play
fall
off
back
of.
on. Yeah, exactly. So one thing that we just noticed here while the teams are switching is that none of the teams changed ship selections. So no ships were changed. So the teams are still playing their ship selections that they pre-formulated for their strategies. So we'll see how the Jokernaut try and change maybe 1 or 2 things to apply more pressure on the Wolfpack here.
as you've maybe also seen, both teams have brought in Alaska. What do you think about that pick?
Alaska for me is one of the super heavy cruisers, and it plays more of a battleship role with radar support if necessary. But I'm not sure if I would pick an Alaska over Stalingrad, just for the Stalingrad having that longer range in its radar. Might be shorter duration, but the longer range I think might be more beneficial for teams. But I'm sure these teams have a reason why they chose the Alaska. Why do you think they chose the
Um,
Alaska?
I have an idea. Maybe because the Alaska, unlike the Stalingrad, gets a pretty good sonar, and you do get those very nice heals, and four of them if you run fully packed. So it's definitely very difficult to kill if you position it well, but it doesn't have this same armor as Stalingrad either.
For the start of
It's
the
an
second
interesting pick.
match, we can, yeah, it's definitely an interesting pack. I think we can quickly switch over to Jokernaut's perspective and see how they try to position from the south. Let me quickly transition here for us. Apologies, wrong link. There we go. Okay. All right. So we are with Jokernaut now, and I believe it's Lokal Halt in his Kleber.
He spawned on A flank with, I'm pretty sure, the Louisiana.
Their battleship, yeah, looking at
Just
the
the
planes
Louisiana.
they're flying overhead, that must be the Louisiana. So we do see the Des Moines from Jokernaut on Charlie, while the Alaska will be in the middle. So do you think they're going to use that tanky Alaska with the extra sonar to try and apply more pressure directly onto the Bravo cap?
Um, I can be almost pretty certain that's what they're gonna try, because I'm pretty sure both teams did do that last game. Both teams put that Alaska in the beak cap and supported their DDs, so they might try that again. We can also see that the Jokernaut's Clipper is trying to get a quick flank, spot something for his Louisiana and teammates.
Ooh, we do see a Des Moines, and also Wolfpack DD is most likely in Alpha here, with the close support of the Des Moines there. Ladies and gents, if you're new to the tournament, the Super Cup here, teams are allowed to have guest players from other fleets playing in their primary team here. As some of you might have seen, we do have a few SOA members playing alongside the Wolfpack here as guest players. So that is allowed as long as the teams have pre-registered the guest players before the start of the tournament. So I'm sure that the Wolfpack added all the names here from the SOA players. And I'm not sure if Jokernaut have any guest players playing for them. I didn't see any varying fleet tags. Not sure.
I don't think they have any guest players. As we can see, the Clipper is trying to bait out a radar from the Des Moines. I'm pretty sure.
He's close enough so that the Des Moines knows he's there. And he is continuously applying that pressure, while the Des Moines is not exactly sure which direction the Kleber is moving. As we do see that the Wolfpack did secure the Alpha cap early on, so that will give them a nice gain on the points. Okay, so Bravo cap is contested by the Wolfpack, by Jokernaut here, preventing the Wolfpack from securing that cap. But yeah, it's strange playing an 8v8, right, compared to a 9v9. So that limits the consistency in the spawns for the teams, as we see here that the Kleber is supported by his friendly Louisiana here on Alpha. So unfortunately the Kleber is limited in terms of what it can really do, because the Des Moines is a big threat to it. And the Kleber does not have cruiser support.
We did see a DD go down from the Wolfpack against Des Moines from Jokernaut, but I didn't get to see what DD it was.
Where did that
Was it
happen?
daring?
Was that on Bravo? No, it's on Charlie then. by the looks of
Yeah.
things. On the minimap there's a little ghost ship icon there. So that means the Wolfpack lost a DD early on Charlie.
But it looks like the Joker DD is also still right in front of that cruiser, so you can maybe see the DD from Joker also going down.
We do see the... Oh, there we go. Yeah, the Venezia from the Wolfpack just went down as we see the Des Moines using its radar to spot the Kleber here. I believe the Wolfpack DD is very close to this Kleber by the location of his twist and track. So he is facing a Z52, and unfortunately for Kleber, he is caught between multiple ships and within the sonar range of the Z52. So this is going to be very difficult for the Kleber to get out of unharmed, as we see crossfires coming in from the Alaska. What would you do if you were this Kleber? How would you try and get out of the situation, if at all possible?
That is definitely a difficult task. Um, I mean, it's definitely difficult to come out if even possible, because you have the Z52 sonar and you have the Des Moines right there that just radared and is shooting at you constantly, and you have the Alaska, which I don't think uses radar yet.
Yeah, this Kleber is in big trouble here, as I'm sure the Z52 from the Wolfpack will just immediately start pushing the Kleber here as more shells come in. And there goes the Kleber from Jokernaut. So both teams have lost a DD, as we also see now that the Wolfpack have also lost a cruiser. I believe it's the cruiser on Charlie, if I'm not mistaken.
I think so. It was also the Venezia, I think. We can see B being fought out by both teams pretty hard. No teams really have the advantage here. It's still anyone's game.
The Wolfpack did secure A early on, so they will have a little bit of a points lead in terms of sheer points generated from caps, but they are one ship down, which is why the points difference is not that much at the moment. But Jokernaut is facing an uphill battle on the A flank, with only the Louisiana able to defend that flank, if at all possible. As we see big shots coming in there on the Wolfpack's Louisiana. Jokernaut is applying the pressure here on Charlie.
I wonder. Yeah, it looks like the Louisiana will be going down here. There's not much you can do against three ships on one flank.
The Conqueror from the Wolfpack is also very low, and there he goes. So yes, now it's the Wolfpack that is fighting a very steep uphill battle here, with Jokernaut having a 3-ship advantage here. That's going to be very comfortable for Jokernaut as they start to hunt down the remaining ships from the Wolfpack.
We have the Alaska right there next to that daring it was. He might try and like he's gonna beach himself on that island and try and provide support on the B cap in case it starts getting capped. The Wolfpack, they're gonna have the ships from Charlie come in now, and it's gonna put a lot of pressure on that Alaska.
So Jokernaut have successfully won the eastern side of the map, and they are sending their 3 remaining ships that's over on that side after winning the flank over to apply pressure onto the ships from the Wolfpack here in the middle. So that's going to be very difficult for this Alaska player to be able to get out of this situation, as it's just going to be crossfires from almost every angle on the map, as we see big shots coming in here against this Alaska.
Alaska takes a big hit from that Louisiana, I'm pretty sure it was. Now he's gonna have to pull out in front of the Ohio. It's a very precarious spot.
Ooh, very big shots there from the Ohio onto the Alaska. So that Alaska is going down soon. As we see that there's a gearing and a full health, nearly full health, Z52 from the Wolfpack still remaining. As we see Jokernaut's Alaska popping radar here, and that's what has these two DDs lit up. I wonder if the Jokernaut players will be able to focus one of the DDs down. Doesn't look like they have enough focus fire quite yet to get rid of those DDs for the time being, but I'm sure it will happen eventually with the
The
Wolfpack
Wolfpack
being
is
outgunned.
the Wolfpack is still holding A cap. That Ohio is gonna get focused from the Wolfpack.
I wonder if Alaska will have a heal soon. As we see torpedoes coming in here on the Alaska from Jokernaut as he is pushing out the destroyer. Ooh, there will be shots on this Wolfpack Alaska from Jokernaut's Alaska soon, and broadside to an Alaska. It's not gonna go very well for
No.
this Wolfpack Alaska. It's just a matter of time as shots from the Colombo come in.
There
So
goes
yes, that leaves
Alaska.
the Wolfpack with only 3 players. Oh, I beg your pardon. We lose a Z52, so now it's only 2 players remaining. As Jokernaut are capturing the Bravo objective. They have secured Charlie, so they will be in a 2-1 lead very soon, with only 2 ships left from the Wolfpack to hunt down. So it would seem that Jokernaut would have asserted dominance on this this second match here, with the Des Moines from the Wolfpack going down, and it's only a gearing remaining for the Wolfpack, and I cannot see a way for this gearing to get rid of 7 players. Jokernaut will be on their way to secure the Alpha objective as well, and then they will most likely have all 3 capturing objectives. So yes, quite interesting development, turnaround compared to the first match here. It would seem that Jokernaut will secure game 2 for us here in a few moments' time, if they can hunt down this gearing.
It seems both fleets are more comfortable on the south side of Shatter.
Yes, now that you mention it, it's the South Spawn that's emerging victorious here in both our games at the moment. So it would seem that the teams would prefer, by the looks of things, to spawn on the south side. Do you see any like noticeable advantages for the team that's on south spawn here?
For South Spawn, you do have that sea cap, that island on the flank that is very nice. But I don't really see. You do have the B cap, but I think you have it a bit easier on the B cap over the north side. But you gotta think, because A cap is if you put a cruiser on a certain island, you can have it locked down very easily, and that's why, in my personal opinion, I like the north spawn more. But both spawns are very good. Like, they have their certain advantages on certain caps. So you need to play around them. What do you think?
I can't really say that I prefer either the north spawn or the south spawn. For me, most of the time I spawn in the middle on either spawn, so I do not have enough experience with this map specifically practicing on it to pick up an advantage you would get over north spawn or south spawn.
We'll be going into Sea of Fortune with a 1-1 score.
So yeah, Jokernaut evened out the score, so both teams secured 1 victory in this match day best of 5. So I believe the second map that we will be moving to is Sea of Fortune, if I remember correctly. You mentioned Sea of Fortune is game 3 and 4, right? And then Riposte is the tiebreaker.
Yes.
All
I'm
right.
interested to see if there will be both teams performing on one side better than the other. as we saw in the first and second game.
Will be interesting to see if the teams make any ship changes. We'll be covering
The looks,
the Wolfpack point of view again for game 3 here. I believe they are almost ready to start game 3. Just double check that we are on the right. We're on the right one. There we go. Okay, just making sure we are live. Alright, there we go. Okay, so it would seem that Jokenord have switched ships, I believe.
from the looks of it, Jokenord is making a player change.
Interesting. Ladies and gentlemen, for those of you that are also new to this tournament, teams are allowed to switch players. They are allowed to have a few reserve players in case of disconnect issues or internet issues from one of the main players playing for them on the team on the night of the match. So it is allowed for players to switch between players if there is any issues. Okay, so the teams will be reading up here shortly for us. Ooh, what do you think of that pick? I believe I just saw a Yoshino from Jokenord there.
Yoshino is definitely an interesting pick. I'm pretty sure it's also the first we've seen for CF4 Chen. It's Yoshino's HE can put out a lot of damage.
Yeah, especially if you get all 9 guns and the shell grouping is in your favor and you hit a destroyer. You can one-shot a destroyer almost.
It also has a ridiculously high fire chance.
Okay.
You see the Wolfpack's Venezia spawning on Charlie with I'm not certain what battleship and DD it is, but oh, it looks like Jokenord has also made a ship change. They switched out the Alaska for Worcester.
Interesting.
Also, Jokenord choosing to go with 2 DDs. I just noticed.
Yeah, so they are running 3 battleships, 3 cruisers, and 2 DDs, whereas the Wolfpack are still running the 3 DDs, 3 cruisers, and 2 battleships. I believe it's the Louisiana from the Wolfpack that spawned here on the Charlie flank. I saw the planes move on the minimap there for a second. So we'll see how the strategy changes from Jokenord with only 2 destroyers. So that means they have less spotting with 2 DDs.
It's also, if I'm not mistaken, the first time we've seen 2 DDs in this tournament.
Definitely an interesting strategy. I'm sure they have practiced running with only 2 DDs. So I'm interested to see how their tactics unfold. And
It
I'm
looks like,
assuming the cruiser support will be a big thing.
yeah, it looks like we have daring on the sea cap
Daring on the sea cap, single fire torpedoes, yeah.
and the short duration smoke. He is he trying to go on the flank?
I'm not sure. This is very interesting positioning from the Wolfpack. We do see the Worcester from Jokenord spotted there, north of Charlie. The Wolfpack are trying to capture A early on in this game. Not sure if it's gonna be available for them to take without contest from Jokenord.
Also, from the looks of it, the Z52 is on alpha cap since I saw the gearing torpedoes fly like towards the ships from Joker Nord. After DD and the almost in the cap from Joker Nord, the Kleber.
Oh, it's the Kleber, yeah. With Kleber not having a smoke screen, that makes it difficult for the DD to cap contest.
It means that he also can't smoke up his cruiser to help him take out a DD if there is one in the cap. The daring, knowing that the radar is now off from... No, that was the Wolfpack's radar. The DD from the Wolfpack is taking a wide flank, but he has to be careful of that Worcester. We see Wolfpack's Venezia capping Charlie.
Okay, we do see that the Venezia is spotted here, assuming the Kleber from Joker Nord is flanking. There we go. Kleber is low. Wonder if
Doesn't
the
look...
Venezia will have shots. Doesn't look like it.
The Ohio was making a very, very aggressive push.
Will this Venezia be able to quickly steal the Charlie cap here for the Wolfpack? Is that what we're seeing here?
He might. There is that one battleship still on Charlie cap that we have not seen for a decent amount of time.
There it is. It's the Conqueror from Joker Nord. So that means this Venezia is in a good position to be able to capture Charlie without being reset, even if the Worcester pops its radar. No ships that I can see on the minimap could potentially have shots on this Venezia to reset the cap.
And the Venezia can't really be pushed out of this position because he has all the support, and he also has the exhaust smoke generator, so if he
Ooh,
needs to,
there
he can
goes
always
the
just... The Worcester.
Worcester from Joker Nord. So that's the first ship we see go down here from either team. That will put Joker Nord on the back foot, knowing that they already just lost one of their radar cruisers.
I wonder what that Kleber is now gonna do because he has lost a lot of health.
Yeah, he's lost a lot of health and he just lost his radar cruiser bodyguard to protect him against these two DDs from the Wolfpack that's circling these battleships on the side of Charlie there. Okay, so we do
The Wolfpack
see...
also has Alpha and Charlie. They're accruing a lot of points.
Yeah, exactly. Okay,
Venezia
so
spotted.
the Kleber must still be between this gap right in front of that friendly destroyer from the Wolfpack. So the Wolfpack are, like you're saying, they are ticking up points from all three caps as we see the Kleber spotted there for a second. Will that be the end of the Kleber? Okay, so Kleber goes down. So now Joker Nord are in a two-ship deficit here. And they are also losing points.
The Kleber with the torpedoes on the daring.
That was very clutch torpedoes there, actually. It would
Yeah.
help their battleships, Joker Nord's battleships here, push
Uh,
with a little bit more confidence, knowing that the torpedo threat there from the destroyer is gone.
yeah, and also that makes that it's very important because Joker also only has 2 DDs from the base.
Mm.
So very important that they get at least one from the Wolfpack out as well.
We do see the one DD from the Wolfpack pushing straight to the middle of the map there to go capture the Bravo objective.
Looks like there's a destroyer coming back from Alpha Cap to maybe... No, he's nope, the destroyer on Alpha left. He may try and go towards B Cap.
Well, that was a very nice 10,000 salvo from the Venezia on the Ohio there. So the Wolfpack just lost a ship. I believe it's on the Alpha flank, or am I mistaken? Probably no. Where was that ship that just went
It
down for
was
the
on
Wolfpack?
Alpha.
Was it on
It
Alpha?
was on Alpha flank.
Oof.
Ooh, very
15,800
nice
hit
hit.
there. More shots coming in from the Conqueror.
No fire.
Will this Venezia be
That
able
was.
to get that Ohio off the board?
If he can get that Ohio off, that'll be a lot of worry gone. Because the Ohio overmatches Venezia's side armor.
Yeah, Venezia SAP is really doing heavy duty work on this Conqueror. As we see, two torpedo hits on the Conqueror there.
There's a
So
flood.
Conqueror will be
Damage
low
con.
health. Oh, he's using one of his super heals now to
But that
get it
means he won't
back.
have a heal for another 2 minutes.
Okay, so the Ohio just went down there for Jokernaut. So it's just
Very
this
big hits
Conqueror
on the
left.
Conqueror.
Ooh, the
C-52
Wolfpack.
going down.
Yeah, just lost their DD. Where was that? On Alpha? Yeah.
Yeah, but from the looks of it, Jokernaut has no DDs left either, so
Yeah, Jokernaut only having 2 battleships and 2 cruisers against the 1 DD still remaining from the Wolfpack. So the Wolfpack have secured all 4 bases, all 4 capturing objectives, so they'll be ticking up points rapidly. So Jokernaut need to jump into action now. It's now fight for survival here in this game.
there's still an opportunity, but the opportunity is when if Jokernaut killing everyone because they won't be able to get all the caps in the meantime. The Conqueror is getting flanked by the Venezia.
Ooh, okay, there's the Conqueror for the Wolfpack going down on Alpha. That's turning things around for Jokernaut here. Step in the right direction if they wanted to try and win back the points they lost as they lose the Conqueror.
The Colombo and the Yoshino are pretty healthy as Jokernaut Des Moines goes down.
Yeah, now the Wolfpack are seeming like they have complete control over this match with 5 minutes left and 960 points. So they'll be ticking up to 1,000 points very, very quickly here.
Yeah, it looks like the Wolfpack's gonna take this match because they have the cap leads, then they're about to cap out, so
Jokernaut are trying to apply some pressure on the A flank there by contesting A, but it's not going to be
just too late.
enough, just too little too late there. Alright, so
Looks
Wolfpack securing game number 3 on Sea of Fortune. So best of 5, that means the Wolfpack is taking a 2-1 lead in this best of 5 format we have for you tonight. So the teams will switch flanks. They'll switch spawns. So I believe the Wolfpack will now be in the north spawn. Alright. So let's try and switch over to the perspective of Jokernaut for game 4, as they'll be taking the south spawn. Alright, so let's quickly switch over here as the team's ready up for the next game. Alright, let me just quickly jump live here for us. There we go, as the teams start readying up their ships. Alright, so we are live with Jokernaut now as they are readying up for game 4 here. I do not see any ship changes that I can notice here. The teams seem to be more or less the same, with Jokernaut sticking to their 2 destroyer strategy. Alright, we are loading in to game 4 here with Jokernaut perspective. Alright, so now Jokernaut are in the south spawn. So we do see Jokernaut's Clubber here spawn on the Charlie flank, south of Charlie, with a cruiser and a battleship to support it, while the second destroyer is in the middle on Delta. So we do have a Des Moines here to support the Clubber, and we do have an Ohio as well. Okay, so we do see that the Clubber is located. So that's either a DD with twist and track, or perceptive, or potentially a radar cruiser with intuitive on Charlie here.
I just noticed something very interesting. Joker doesn't have Louisiana.
Oh wow. So they dropped the Louisiana. Do we know what battleship they took in the place of the Louisiana?
I'm pretty sure it was the Ohio.
Ohio. So they opted not to take Louisiana. Very interesting. Interesting. We'll see how that decision plays out for them, as we see the Clubber speed boosting into Charlie Cap to try and get an early sneak peek and spotting for its friendly support ships, as we do see a DD fight about to unfold here between Z-52. The Clubber is popping its reload booster, trying to get as much HP down from that Z-52 as possible, as we see support fire coming in on both DDs from both teams. Okay, so the Z-52 is spotted there. Radar from one of the Jokernaut cruisers, I believe.
The Z-52 has taken a lot of damage here.
We did see a Wolfpack Venezia on Bravo there that sent a few sap salvos onto the Clubber here for Jokernaut, as the Ohio is taking some focus fire.
This would be a lot better for the Ohio if he had a DD with smoke. He could smoke the Ohio up. Because from the looks of it, the Ohio is drawing a lot of fire here.
Ooh, the Clubber just sailed into sonar range of the Z-52, and we do see shots from the Alaska coming in there on the Clubber. So it is probably not a good idea for this Clubber to try and contest while being sonared. Okay, we do see him getting out of sonar range there, so potentially wait out the sonar from the Z-52. Do we know if the Alaska already used radar? I'm not sure if I saw the detected by radar icon from the Alaska there, as we see that this Ohio is taking very heavy focus fire. This Jokernaut play on the Ohio is being burnt alive here, and also we do see that sap from the Venezia come through, which is also doing heavy damage.
The heals from Ohio are keeping this Ohio alive, but he doesn't have infinite heals to survive on. But he may be dark now. Alaska pulling out probably got him spotted again.
So with the Alaska having a standard 9-kilometer radar for the American ships instead of the 9.9-kilometer radar that we see on the Des Moines. That could potentially play in the favor of the Kleber here from Jokernaut if he can get around the Alaska and onto the cap, so that if the Alaska were to use radar, he would be just outside of radar range, but we do see he is creeping into radar range now. Okay, so the Des Moines from Jokernaut just pop radar there, and the destroyer might be visible. The counter radar from Wolfpack's Alaska coming through there.
The Venezia might be able to pop out, and no Clipper is safe.
Yeah, Kleber took the wise route there and got out of trouble as soon as that Alaska popped radar. So interesting to see is 5 minutes down in this match already, and none of the teams have secured one of the caps on the flanks. Alpha and Charlie are still uncaptured.
This match is looking like it's going to be very close. Jokernaut is a ship down, but they have good DD damage on the Charlie flank. T-52 took a lot of damage in the first opening minutes.
The Wolfpack's Louisiana just took down another battleship of a Jokernaut on the Alpha flank there, which is putting them in a severe HP disadvantage.
They do still have the Colombo, if I'm not mistaken, for the Conqueror.
Will this Kleber be able to get rid of this Z52 with that reload booster? There we go. So Kleber did manage to secure the kill on the Z52 there from the Wolfpack. So now the Wolfpack are down spotting through the DD on Charlie. So Wolfpack cruiser just went down there. And now Jokernaut Conqueror also going down. So things are starting to change now.
Yeah, a lot of ships lost in these couple minutes, or this minute. I'm pretty sure the Alaska used 2 radars by now, or was it only 1?
I'm not sure. I didn't keep track of the radar count from the Alaska there. But this Kleber is only 15 seconds away from capturing Charlie. So if this Kleber can get out of here with the cap secured, that could benefit Jokernaut. Ooh, as we see the radar from the Alaska come through just in time for this Kleber to get the objective, secure the cap and get out. But with the radar now from the Alaska,
Ooh.
I'm not sure if this Kleber is going to get out of here alive. Nice
damage
dodge there.
That fire may not have been. Nice dodge.
There we go. So Kleber just went dark. Ooh, left with 1,103 hit points. Yo, talk about getting out with a few seconds. Yeah, a few seconds. If that Kleber was spotted for a few seconds longer, he most likely would have went down there. We do see torpedoes there from the Kleber on that Alaska. I'm not sure if they have the range.
But they don't have the range.
No, I don't have the range, yeah. So the Wolfpack have secured Alpha now, and they might secure, yeah, they secure Charlie. So now the Wolfpack have a 2-cap to 1, 3-cap to 1 advantage over Jokernaut.
But Jokernaut has no battleships left. Meanwhile, the Wolfpack still has all 3.
Yeah, we see a half-health Conqueror there from the Wolfpack.
Wait, I'm just now noticing that this Wolfpack also took 2 DDs this round. Didn't take 3. Opted for the triple cruiser, triple battleship strategy as well. The bird's gonna try and get torpedoes on the Alaska.
One of the Alaska is using sonar at this moment, if he ever has a sonar left. If not, that could potentially be good for the Kleber here, as we see that Jokinor just losing 2 ships there. That's putting them in a very difficult position. Now they are down 3 ships compared to the Wolfpack, as we do see another flood there on the Alaska. Is that a perma flood, do you think? Seems the damage is ticking up.
He hit the torpedo on the Alaska beforehand instead
Yeah,
of
the
flood.
damage is ticking up. Ooh, there's another radar coming through, so you were right when you asked. Alaska only used the one radar at that time, so yeah, had one radar in supply. And
Looks like the Kleber's gonna go down.
there
Yep.
goes Z52 for Jokinor as well. Only have the Yoshino left for Jokinor here, fighting 3 ships, 2 battleships and a DD, I believe.
Soon to be a few more.
So the game was pretty even there for the first half, and suddenly just both teams started losing ships, and Jokinord losing more ships there than
Yeah,
Jokinord.
that's why I wish we had like a spectator view, because we never knew what was happening on the other flank.
Yeah, we can't see the other flanks. We can only see the perspective from the one player that's streaming for the team. Hopefully Wargaming implements a spectator mode for us one day, so we can give all the viewers the bird's eye
A
view,
better.
from
Yeah.
the whole map, so we can see what's happening on all the flanks. Ooh, yes, very strong hit there from the Colombo onto the Yoshino. And
Oh, and
yeah,
that's it.
Jokinor just lost their last ship there.
That's a 3-1,
Yeah,
if I'm not mistaken.
the Wolfpack secured the victory on this game day with winning three matches to 1 in this best of 5. So yeah, that brings us to the end of our matches. Unfortunately, we didn't get to see a game 5 on Repost. But yeah, that was quite interesting to see that unfold in that last match. It was pretty even, and then it just escalated quickly with Jokinor just losing more ships and losing map control.
There were some intense matches, but at the start it was always very even, but from the advantage was always gathered from the other flank. We never really got to see how advantages were gotten, I think,
We do
because
see a
we're always on
trend,
the.
yeah. We do see a trend from these competitive games in Legendary Tier that the first few minutes the teams are still positioning, trying to figure out where the radar cruisers are, where the DDs are, where could torpedoes come from, who's flanking where, and then we do see the first attempts from both teams trying to capture some of the objectives, and then we do see radars trading, sonars trading, destroyer fights, cruiser support, battleship support, and then in the second half of the matches in the last 5 minutes we do see the action as the teams either makes micro mistakes or just get unlucky, and then we do see those ship trades go on, and in this case, in this fourth game, we saw Jokinor just coming out on the wrong side of those trades.
Yep.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, that is it for our gameplay that we have. So we managed to get 4 games for you guys today. Yeah, so that brings us to the end of this live stream. Syke, do you have any closing thoughts that you would like to share regarding the games and the ship selections maybe that we saw today?
I did see a bit of a trend with like the south spawns taking advantages early on. And the ship selections, we didn't see any Alaskas prior to this, I don't think, and maybe in the UFO versus UNC game, but Yoshino Also, very interesting pick.
Yeah, it's
But
unfortunate that
overall,
we didn't get to see the Yoshino in action on the other flank there. But it is an interesting choice because the Yoshino definitely offers very high HE alpha strike, and also the AP is very hard
and
hitting as well.
also the torpedoes.
Yes, let's not
They're
forget those very long range, hard hitting Japanese torpedoes that could be sent as zoning torpedoes through gaps to unsuspecting players from the enemy team, and then sail into those torpedoes and boom, lose 20,000, 23,000 from one torpedo. That's very, very high damage impact.
We also had no Louisiana in the fourth game.
If you were to make that decision whether to include Louisiana or not after 3 games going into the fourth game, would you stick with your Louisiana?
Um, Personally, I would, because the Louisiana, it can make pushes stop because it can buy you time, and it's very people some well, most people notice, but it's very tanky because of that upper deck. Only really like heavier cruisers can really do much with the HE, because, for example, a Worcester, so I'm pretty sure Des Moines would shatter on the flight deck, and they wouldn't be doing as much to the Louisiana as, for example, Yoshino would be doing. So it's also very difficult to kill if positioned correctly, and it's also a force to be reckoned with.
Hmm.
So personally, I would stick with the Louisiana.
Yeah. It's interesting to see how the dynamics change throughout the duration of the games. It's never a one-way lead. Most of the times, it's never the case where one team just from the get-go just has the lead and keeps taking it until the end. We saw in all 4 games a pretty even matchup in terms of who's controlling the objectives for the first half of the game, and well balanced between map control for the first half of the games.
Yeah, but overall, it was some very nice matches today.
Definitely. Let me quickly message a player here from Jokenord and ask if they are available for post-game discussions. Please bear with us, ladies and gents, as we quickly try and set that up for you. If not, we will end the stream after we get confirmation. Alright, let me see if we can get one of the Jokenord players here.
Aren't isn't Jokenord mainly Russian?
Jokenord, I believe, is a Norwegian fleet, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh,
They are from
what
Norway,
the
the majority of their players. The last I heard. It could have changed recently, but the last I heard they are a Norwegian-based fleet. To come back to the point you mentioned earlier about Jokenord deciding to stick with their 2 DDs on Sea of Fortune. Looking back now with the games that we saw on Sea of Fortune, would 2 destroyers be advantageous for a team? Or do you think that puts them on the back foot?
um, it's it's definitely a difficult decision, but both choices work. Um, but I think having 3DDs is overall better, since you have a lot more spotting for your cruisers, and you do have some very nice island cover on some flanks for the cruisers to sit behind.
Hmm.
And having those 3DDs can also be very good again in DD fights, because you always have 3DDs. For example, both teams had 2DDs, so if you had one team had 3DDs, if 2DDs traded, one team would have 1DD left. But you have to think that's one less capital ship. Which means that
Yes.
the other team will knack through their defense a lot quicker if they have more capital ships.
Yes,
It
for me
changes a lot in
the
the positioning.
yeah, the positioning and the spotting is the big thing. You lose a lot of spotting potential for your team, your eyes, um, for your cruisers and your battleships, when you choose to not run the third destroyer. You do have more DPM in terms of having the extra cruiser potentially or the extra battleship, so that does count in your favor, but it's a trade-off, right, between spotting and cap contention capabilities versus DPM output.
Yes. And you do get both more DPM and more alpha strike. So you have to play around having one less DD and use your advantage of having one more battleship or one more cruiser, depending if the enemy takes 3DDs.
Yes, yeah.
Because it can definitely work, but the cruisers and battleships need to be synchronized to have their DDs at all times because you still have that 1DD disadvantage. It's definitely very interesting seeing 2DDs, but both teams did it, and it was definitely a very close game at the end until the end where we couldn't see what happened.
Yeah. Alright, ladies and gents, we do not have confirmation of one of the Jokernaut players joining us, unfortunately. So I think on that note, we will most likely end the stream here. We will hopefully cover the next round. I believe it will be the quarterfinals coming up next weekend for the teams. So hopefully we can get another game coverage for you guys with commentary. And we're not sure who's playing when. There's still a few games later today that will be played in a few hours for the other teams to secure their spots in the quarterfinals. But for the moment, we know that we definitely have the Wolfpack that's going through. Let's quickly review the standings. As far as we have it here, we have UFO that's in the quarterfinal, Hull Crushers, Salty, and now the Wolfpack. So for the next confirmed quarterfinal that we will be covering is, we see here that Wolfpack just had their victory over Jokernaut, so they'll be playing Hull Crushers next weekend probably, or in the next scheduled match. We don't have any times confirmed for those matches yet, so stay tuned to the channel and check your notifications, and hopefully we can get you coverage on that game. Hull Crushers taking on the Wolfpack. Alright, ladies and gents, I also added the link to the Fleet Network Discord server in the description of the stream here. So if you want to join that Discord, get your fleet registered for upcoming tournaments. We know that Ocean Cup 4 is coming up. Do that, please. Get your players ready, do some training, get strategies, and get into the thick of things when it comes to the competitive scene here. Alright, thank you, Syke, for joining me here on the live stream today. I really appreciate your inputs and your insights. And yeah, thank you for joining me.
Yeah, it's no problem. It was a lot of fun. It was also very interesting seeing the strategies that these teams put together and put into play. Very intense games and very fun to watch.
Definitely very, but we are privileged to have competitive gameplay at the highest tier in the game, legendary tier. And from the teams we saw today and from the previous game we streamed yesterday as well, definitely high quality stuff from all the teams so far. And yeah, we hope to bring you guys some more coverage from the upcoming games. Thank you, ladies and gents, for watching. Appreciate everyone tuning in to the stream. And yeah, we will catch you on the next one. Auf Wiedersehen. Ciao, ciao.